Hey, I'm Oishi, and this is a series I'm starting based off of Jay Schlatt's Weekly Slap. I do hope to make this a weekly deal if I can, as this is purely for fun and for my entertainment. I'm not sure if I'll be able to post every single week. However, I hope to anyone who watches that you enjoy. I really don't know how to start this, but here we go. Experiences. We all go through different experiences, whether they're good or bad. I mean, that's what makes us human. You know, those experiences that form who we are, shape our character, take us down those unexpected paths, meeting those unexpected people, doing unexpected things. Experience is all around us. You know, you've experienced a delicious meal before, I'm sure. A fun video game. I mean, you're all experiencing this complete mess of a video. You know, no matter who you are, or what you enjoy or what you believe in, you're still experiencing life and all that it has to offer. I would like to talk about my experience. This experience, it changed my life, forever, made me who I am today. And, I could sit here all day and talk about how much of a fucked up thing love is, and it is, but I won't. Let me tell you about the time, however, that I almost fell for it. That messed up kid who just wanted to have a taste of that love, just wanted to be loved. I was 15. It was New Year's Eve, 2019, and there was this girl that I had started talking to. I was crazy for this girl. I mean, have you ever had something, something that you're just thinking about nonstop, at least 100 times a day? Well, she was my something. We met in a gym class. And at this time in my life, I was hanging around some pretty fucked up people. And that's really something everyone needs to realize, that your character is defined by who you surround yourself with. Hanging with bad people will make you make poor decisions. Meet the right people, or in my case, the right person, and they'll change you for the better. Now, just for the sake of the video, of course, let's call her Angeline. Angeline was great. She had beautiful brown hair, hazel eyes, and I think the one thing I love the most about that girl is her smell. Now, I know it sounds weird, but smell to me is something extremely important. And in this case, she had this really, really good Chanel perfume. I don't remember what scent it was. I just know it was a Chanel perfume, and it made me obsessed with her. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I do wish I could smell that smell just one last time. Anyways, New Year's Eve, I'd planned to ask her out the moment the clock struck 12, the moment New Year's Day, arose, 2022, New Year's. I was at a buddy's house. I was sitting on his roof with him, as we do. That was just kind of the thing you did back then is, I don't know, you sit on a roof and you talk for hours about deep things, about thoughts, about life, and those conversations stay on that roof. When you're up there with your friend or group of friends and you're having these conversations, those don't go public. Those don't get talked about outside of sitting where you are talking with your friends. But we did that a lot. And that, I mean, is one of the reasons I ended up asking this girl out, is because he talked me into it. So I FaceTimed her about 5 or so minutes before 12. She had answered. We greeted each other. It was obviously a little awkward. She was 14. I was 15. We were kids still. But man, I remember it like it was yesterday, honestly. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. I mean, I called her. She said, "Hey," first. I said, "Hello." We had just very small talk, and then she went back with her cousins because she was at her grandma's house. And they were all playing Wii Sports. And she kind of said, "Hey," and it was obvious she wanted to get back to the game, so I let her get back to the game. However, it then struck 12, and I didn't really have time to, think of what I was going to say. So I called her over. I told her I needed to talk to her if she could get us somewhere where there's not so much noise. And man, I mean, voice crack upon voice crack upon me slurring my words. I had no idea what I was doing. It wasn't romantical at all. It wasn't, it wasn't anything good. It was a mess of a, what do you call it? An ask out. I don't know. I basically, to shorten it up, asked her, "Would you be my girlfriend?" I wasn't expecting, an immediate response. So that's what I got. I didn't get an immediate response. She said, "Let me get home first," and then she would ask her mom about it because, I mean, she's the type of person that needs to make sure her mom is okay with everything, and I respect that. That's okay. So I respected that. I said, all right, that's fine. We ended up hanging up, and I then start hanging out with my boy. And a few hours go by, and this is around 3 p.m. And she texted me. She had said yes. Now, of course, I was ecstatic. I mean, this girl that I had a huge crush on, all school year. We've been talking for a few months now, and she actually said yes. Now, keep in mind, before this girl came along, my relationships really only lasted a few months, if that. So that's kind of what I expected. I kind of figured it would last a solid month. But little did I know, I would be with this girl for 5 fucking years, and I loved every moment of it. Every moment was more exciting than the last. I had so many experiences with this girl. I learned more than any school could teach me. But all things come to an end. Not every relationship is till death do us part. We weren't perfect, and I mean, I definitely took the role of imperfection. I screwed up a lot, and it's not just something I could take back. It's not something I could just fix. Or I could have just fixed. I apologize for my mix-up of words here. Anyways, so think of it like this. A depressed 15-year-old, if you could call it depressed, that's what we all called it back then, had no idea who he was. I met this girl, put me on the right path, made me feel like I was a king. Of course, we had our issues, as does everyone else, but we had a connection that made us inseparable. We went on dates, had each other's backs. We even got a cat together. We named our cat Mochi. I love that cat. I love that cat more than I love Angeline. So picture this. I'm feeling like I'm on top of the world. 5 years clean of, any of those toxic people. I hadn't done any drugs, any alcohol like I used to during freshman year in 5 years. Got a nice paying job. Then all of a sudden, this shit comes crumbling down. Now, without going into any details, I had done terrible things in the past. Terrible things to her, terrible things to myself, terrible things to other people. Those things that I had done in the past, they caught up. But it wasn't something that, you could go, I could take it slow on. No, all of these things that I had done, they caught up to me all at once. My terrible actions had come back to bite me in the ass. They'd come back to haunt me. She broke up with me. Now, I'd be lying if I said it had no effect on me. I mean, at this point in time, I couldn't even remember how life was before her. It was as if I always had her in my life. But the day did come, and I was on my own. I didn't know what to do, but I knew what was expected of me. I went to work as if nothing happened, did my day-to-day errands as if I had nothing going on. I had so much on my plate that I didn't have time to stop and realize that, wow, that really just happened. And I mean, to be honest, that's what got me through it. Stacking as much as I could in order to keep myself occupied. And, if I had any free time at all, I would travel, I would party. I mean, I even started to read fucking books. I was bettering myself in order to forget the heartbreak that I had just ignored. I wouldn't say it was healthy. It made me forget any love that I had for her. It made me hate her, resent her. She had done nothing wrong. So I guess moral of my story here is learn from my mistake, please. That's the point of me making this video. I want to help people, and I think setting a strong, kind of baseline of a video for my channel, it'll do some good. Maybe this will reach people. Maybe it'll reach the right people. If you're going through a heartbreak or a breakup of any kind, whether it's something minimal or not, it matters. So please take the time to understand your situation and take even more time to figure out the answer to this question. What's next? What happens tomorrow? What do you do? The world doesn't stop because you're going through something. It keeps going, as should you. So just take all the time you need to get it all out and come back even stronger. What helped me is doing research on things that inspired me. I studied places to travel. I studied finance, and I mean, now I'm really just studying the art of being more confident. Believe it or not, I mean, if you didn't grow up confident, it's really hard to be confident as an adult. But I'm really hoping making videos and hopefully helping others will build my courage and build my confidence up. At the end of the day, it isn't all about me. It's really about people I help in the end. The light at the end of the tunnel, it's not going to show itself. You got to go down a dark path in order to find it. You have to be hurt to get healthy, you know? You have to experience pain and misfortune in order to experience the better aspects of life. It does get better, I promise, but you can't just sit around and wait for it to get better. You have to work for it. And I mean, that's still something even I'm not understanding. Even I don't understand that, it's not going to get better unless I make it better. This was my first video, and this is Oishii. I'm signing off. I hope this reaches the right person, the right people. I hope that whoever watched it enjoyed the video. I know it was probably a little all over the place, and I promise I'll get better. I want to grow with you guys. Whoever watches this, you can leave a subscribe if you want. That's totally up to you. My goal is to help you and grow with you. I will leave links to my email, and I'll make some social medias. I'll put all that in the description in case anyone, I don't care who you are, if you want to contact me about something you're going through, and I'll touch on it in next week's episode. Stay safe, stay strong, and I'll see you fellas next week.